Hey there, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I host the channel. So, we're here with an episode of Playlist. I do this show once a month, basically, where I tell you about the stuff that's in my playlist. For those of you who are not new, you already know what I'm talking about. For those of you who are new, basically, I have a playlist in which I have about 20 albums in. And those 20 albums, I just play them over and over and over again. And as the album gets a little bit long in the tooth, or gets a little bit too much listening to, or been there too long, or I start to lose interest, or whatever those combination of things, I pull it and I put a new one in. That's how it works. I have a bunch of albums that are waiting to kind of get their turn in there. Some of those I listen to them periodically as well, just do I keep them fresh in my mind. And if I happen to think after a bit, maybe that one isn't good enough to go in the playlist, I pull that one as well. So that's generally what I do on this channel. I'm going to give you what came out of my playlist, what went into my playlist. I'll give you a top 5 favorite albums currently at the end of just before we sign off here. And I'll tell you, we're going to talk a little bit first, though, about what I've been listening to lately. So I generally have a list of albums. I'll pull 3 or 4 of them from any particular group, and I'll play them as I go through my cycles. So my cycles include my playlist, new stuff that I've purchased, albums that are waiting their turn in my playlist, and then these albums that I listen to, and they're groups of albums that I want to listen to for a particular reason. So last month, of course, I listened to about 3 or 4 of the Supertramp albums from their discography. I'm currently just gone through the Boston discography because I'm getting ready to do an episode with them tomorrow morning. And I've listened to, I went through Alice Cooper. I had about 4, I think it was like 4 albums from him, plus the one that's currently in my playlist. I listened to all 5 of them. Yeah, those are generally what I do. And sometimes I will do the headphone thing too. I don't think I did it this month. I may have done it once where I had pulled a band that I wanted to kind of listen to their discography because I wasn't as familiar with them. And I'll listen to that. And the band I was kind of listening to, I had about 3 of their albums I listened to, was the Moody Blues. So that's kind of what I was listening to in my listening to part that wasn't really associated with the actual playlist itself. So the albums that came out of the playlist included Virgin Killers from the Scorpions. This is from the Best Buy kind of box set that I had of 3 albums. This was the second one in the group. The other album that came out of the playlist was this one, Nectar's Remember the Future. This was at the top of the playlist. Actually, it was on there for probably 10 months, maybe a little more than 10 months. The Scorpions one, maybe a little more than 8 months. And then this one from Pendragon. Pentagram. Sorry, getting a little confused there. So this album was in my playlist for maybe 4 months, a little more than 4 months. I like this quite a bit, actually. I at first didn't really like the vocal part, but I kind of like the doomy feel to the album. I think doom metal is kind of something that's grown on me quite a bit. So this one just got pulled as well. The albums that went in, this one replaces the Remember the Future. So this is Nectar's 3rd album. Sounds like this. This one is going in there now to replace the Nectar album. The 3rd one in my box set from the Scorpions, this one here, which is Taken by Force. Sorry, I forgot what it was called there for a minute. Taken by Force. So it's the 3rd album in my box set, which includes In Trance and Virgin Killers as well. And then the one that replaced the probably replaced the other album, which was let me see, where did I put it? Yeah, the one that replaced the Pentagram album, that's what I was thinking of, was this one, Power and the Passion. This is from Eloy. So I now got like 3 Eloy albums in my playlist. I didn't actually plan that; it just happened that way. So those are the changes to the playlist. So basically only 3 albums out, 3 albums in since last month. And now I'm going to give you my top 5 currently favorite albums. This album kind of surprised me how quickly it moved up. It became a top 5 for me. Killing Machine from Judas Priest. Now, I've taken a little heat because people have been calling this... I need my glasses here. I don't want to mess it up again. So, a lot of people were calling this Hellbent for Leather. That's the American version of it, but you can clearly see that it says Killing Machine on the top. So, this is not the American version of the album. But I get it. Like when they released it in the States, they called it Killing Machine. Or here they just called, when they released it in the States, they called it Hellbent for Leather. And here they called it Killing Machine. So that's number 5 for me. Number 4 is this one. It's a live album from Gentle Giant. This is Playing the Fool. It's a really good album. Like there's just, like all the stuff on here is just top shelf. Some really excellent synchronized playing, great instrumentation, and some really strong vocals too. And all these songs are great. I like them all. So Gentle Giants live Playing the Fool. Number 4. Number 3, another Eloy album. This is Time to Turn. Sorry, getting tangled up there. I like this quite a bit. I don't know if I like it enough to be my favorite Eloy album, but I think it's going to make the top 5 when I finally do a ranking. Next up, this album's moved right up and really kind of surprised me. I wasn't expecting this to be that good of an album, but it's quite actually strong, and that's A from Jethro Tull. Lots of good stuff on here. It's starting to make some impact on me as well. So Jethro Tull's A is my number 2 album. Number 1 again, as it was last month, is Painkiller. Starting to burn out a bit though. I can sense that its time is going to come soon, but it's still number 1 at this point in time and is going to stay that way. So there you have it. That's my playlist for the week. I'll give you the albums, my top 5 in a row. Give them from top to bottom again. Painkiller, Judas Priest. A from Jethro Tull. Time to Turn from Eloy. Playing the Fool from Gentle Giant. And Judas Priest, Killing Machine is my number 5. So those are my top 5 for the playlist this week. And that's what I've been up to as far as my playlist goes. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please hit the like and subscribe. If you want to make any comments about my top 5 or about what I put in and what I took out, or you want to talk about any particular album that's in there, you can do that as well. And we will see you all next month for another episode of Playlist. Take care and goodbye.